Hey everybody, it's Alex. Welcome back to my video blog about my life as an artist. This is the November update, even though it's really December 15th. So yeah, gonna go see Star Wars later tonight. But I had filmed the November update a few weeks ago. Didn't really have too much really to say, so I figured I'd wait until I did some of the stuff with some of these other drawings and just reshoot it. And even though it's a few weeks late, I hope you all enjoy. But anyways, if you remember from watching the last few videos, what I've been doing primarily is trying to catch up on all the work that I haven't done throughout this year because of life getting in the way with having to work and move and, you know, just the general pay the bills type of stuff. And then especially with this last month, I was helping a friend out, and same thing, working around the holidays like crazy. But as of yesterday, I'm on a little vacation for my birthday, so, and I'm, you know, like I said, I'm going to see Star Wars, and I'm going to go camping and do some other stuff. So, but anyways, I finally have time to refilm this video. I've been working on some artwork, primarily the shape and line drawings. So, get back into it. I finished in November, and the color was silver. The last two colors I have to do for the year were silver and gold, that I hadn't started anything with. November is silver, and because of life getting in the way and everything else, I didn't actually finish anything for November. I mean, it sounds familiar. It's the same whole thing that started like in April and May when my life started to go haywire. But what I did get done are the backgrounds for the swirl and the scribbles. This nice little thing, you know, just metallic green, metallic purple. There's a little bit of like glitter black in there or something, I think, if I remember correctly. But this is going to be the background, I believe, for the swirls. Either one could be either. I kind of forgot which one I did for which when I had them in mind when I made them. But the hair from one of the brushes stuck in the paint. It's always kind of cool when that happens. But this guy here looks, turn that light off, make it a little easier, kind of, sort of. You can still see how shiny it is, but this is the background for the scribbles. It's, let's see, maybe if I just move the light and get it. I mean, like I said, you can see how shiny it is, but I'm not trying to get to the shininess. It's basically, it's all metallic. It's metallic white, metallic silver, a little bit of metallic black. You can see that swirl in there, or that snake looking thing in there, which is kind of reminiscent of the one I did in April. There's also very light purple and light blue mixed in there as well. Really, it's an extremely difficult thing to shoot video-wise, but I've taken a couple photographs and it seems okay. But once you get the scribbles on there, the scribbles aren't going to be so metallic and so shiny, so they'll tone it down and make it more photogenic, especially for the videos. And everything else I've done has all been the shape and lines. If you remember, like I said with the last two videos, what I've primarily done is catch up on the works. In September, I did the swirl paintings and caught up on all of them that I hadn't done. And in October, I did the scribble paintings and caught up on all of them that I haven't done, except for the green one, which is a large one, which I explained a little in the video about. Just it's a bigger piece. It's like 24 by 36 or something like that. But I have a vision of what I kind of want to do with it. But if I focus my time on that, then I don't have the time to finish up these other works and do the other things I've been trying to do in these last, 2 weeks of the year. So, as far as the shape and lines go, I've made some pretty good progress. The two that I've worked on that I haven't finished and probably won't finish because of the complexity on them. Well, one is because of the complexity, the other one's because I ran out of the color and haven't been able to buy the replacement yet. but this guy was from April. And it's the first one that I did where I split the shapes off. And because the lines are so close together, being a 1/4 inch spacing in the lines, you can see how many little spaces there are and how tiny and detailed it gets. And there's so many of them that need to go from being clear, like that, to being gray. And frankly, that just takes a long ass time. And then to go to the bigger scale, the only large one that I've done, this is the blue one, to replace a red painting that I did that I sold a few months ago. It's the only single layer one that I've done so far. I think I'm going to do 1 or 2 more single layers with the few colors I have left to do. But this guy specifically, I did it in the kind of in the image of that one that I sold. It was the bartender at the bar that I had my artwork up in's favorite. So the key thing with this, like if you compare it, maybe if I think about it, I'll toss a picture up of the one I'm comparing it to. But the shapes aren't exactly the same, but the points where the shapes terminate are almost identical. So that's what I did, is I made the feel of it, the way the lines, the direction the lines are going, the spacing of the lines are all reminiscent of that other work of art. And this one obviously is blue, it's for July, and as you can tell, I ran out of blue. And you can even see where the blue changes colors, where the pen started to die and all that. Which I kind of like, have it a little color change in it, especially when you're working with any type of art markers or India ink or anything like that. You're going to get that effect. It's not paint. I can't make every single color perfectly flat and uniform without spending an absurd amount of money and using like 50 some odd markers. That's just unrealistic. But those are the ones that I haven't finished. As far as the 4 that I got done, especially in this last week, all 8.5 by 11s are just out of my sketchbook, mainly because I had the frames to put them in, and I did say that I was going to do stuff smaller. So the first one, the orange, this is for October, and it's just orange and gray. The first thing I did with this, though, this is the first one where I started using the shapes and kind of making the shapes be able to be hollow like that, where you're looking through it to the bottom, to underneath it. And as you can tell, because the big triangle cuts underneath both of them, that's where you see the difference. But all those lines line up and make sense to all these lines on the outside. Like, which part does it go from? Yeah, because you see this one, these orange lines are just a continuation of these orange lines here, going from their terminating point. That's supposed to be the first layer directly underneath from where it is. And then these gray lines are continuing these lines here. Am I pointing that right? Yeah. Yeah, from this corner onto there. So even though the big thing I did with these 4 that I'm about to show you, these aren't measured. These are all free-handed. They're still using a ruler. But the edges, the lines are not measured. Nothing is perfect. It's all eyeballed. And I haven't gone through the intricate detail of trying to perfectly, expertly match everything and clean everything up. Some of them, like this one, is all India ink. A couple of these are, 2 of these are half India ink and half gel pen, just to get a different look and a different color. But, so this is the first one, this orange, this is for October. I have the white one for, what was white? May was white. And it has a few minor little things. There's some dirt underneath the thing that I need to clean that look like dots. But as you can see, like there's a line here that I screwed up that I still need to fix that. And I might paint that square black. That's about probably all I do to it. But this is putting the white in the foreground, which usually, this is the first time I've ever done that since I started putting color in them. Because ideally, you know, if you remember, I got this one up here when I first started doing these, and there was no color at all in them except for the black lines themselves. but this is forcing the white into the front and turning all the color to be more of the background, so it's a different look completely. And then I have the first of the two that have gel pen and India ink in them. I forgot which way. I think it's supposed to be this way, but it really doesn't matter. It can be whichever way you want it to be. The nice thing about these canvases, they got 4 hanging points. You can hang them whichever direction you want. That's why I haven't signed them on the front. I probably won't. I'll probably just sign them on the back, just to give people those options. But yeah, basically, there. Basically, this is the black one. This is for June, and even though it looks kind of brown-ish, and it's metallic black is what it was supposed to be. It's an off shade of it. Maybe it is metallic brown, but I thought it was black. Either way, I like the way it looks. Just the same thing. It's all freehand. I did just 2 shapes with the one shape overlapping, just half on, half off. And I just decided to fill in the whole shape instead of just having this part still be white because it wasn't sitting over the second shape. But that's the one for June, and it's completely done. Don't see anything that I'd probably fix. I mean, if I was going to spend a few more months on them and perfect them and make them excellent, like if I was doing it out of paint, it'd be a whole different story. But the last one is the one for September. It's the pink one. It's also something different in this one. It's the first one that I've started to circle to, just because I wanted to do something different. I've been playing around with the idea of circles for a while, and I knew I could do it. I just hadn't actually gotten around to doing it in an actual work of art yet, other than just the bar doodles when I'm sitting around drinking and coming up with ideas. It's got, you know, some darker glitter pink in the background, and it's the same simple effect where the shapes overlap is where you can see through it to the layer behind it, going off from this point here. And it's just pretty cool. I like it. And like I said, that's what I got finished. I was able to do that because I went and bought, I did buy some new India ink pens, but the ones that I needed for the June one weren't on sale. And the one other thing that I got done is, because I bought a new thing of gel pens, finally the right color gel pen to finish this guy, which is a random that I did probably a year ago. Initially, this was one of the original works that didn't have any color in it at all, and since then it's evolved and I added all these different colors to it. And I know there's a couple of people that I've worked with over the years that love it, so I'm sure they're once they see this, they'll kind of be happy that it's done. But that's everything art-wise that I've done in November and these first week and a half in December. 2 weeks now. But for December, like, the color is gold. It's the only color that I have left to do out of my chosen color palette. And if y'all remember, this whole video thing is supposed to be, it's a challenge to myself to kind of just create more art and different art, and along the three different styles that I liked the most and was happiest with, that was, you know, getting joy from creating. And, you know, I didn't have a job at the time the first few months of the year, so I had the time to do this. And ever since I started working 1 job, then 2 jobs, and then having to move, and, you know, like I said, life getting in the way, it gets complicated. But I think, considering now I only have 10 works of art that I haven't started yet, sorry, that I haven't finished yet, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, only have 5 that I haven't started yet for the year. 10 total that I haven't finished. Realistically, there's only going to be 3 that I see right now that I'm not going to finish. The blue shape and line, the green shape and line, and the green scribble. So, unless I work double shifts from when I get back from my vacation till the end of the year, there's no real reason why I can't get the rest of this done. But you'll see all that in the December update, and I'll do a yearly recap thing or something like that, or some other video. But anyways, I'm gonna do a little more artwork, do some packing for my camping, get back to watching Star Wars, and then head out to see the new movie. So I hope y'all have a good day. I hope y'all had a good what was that holiday? I was gonna say Halloween, Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone's staying safe and warm if you're up north in the cold. You know, I'm in Florida, so it's sunny and 70 degrees right now. Yes, yes, I know you all hate me. But hey, at least I'm not doing it from the beach. I mean, I could throw some random beach pictures up on my Facebook page and really piss people off. But I'm not that much of an asshole. Only half an asshole, you know. You never want to go full asshole. That's just too much. Just half. If you're kind most of the time, and then you're an asshole the other half of the time, then it's safe. But anyways, I'll see y'all in a few weeks, and have a good day.